Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Bring your water up to a boil. Then go ahead and put in a little bit of oil. Once you get your oil in, now go ahead and put your noodles in. And the water is already boiling and the noodles are in. So let's go ahead and wait for about 9 minutes until the noodles are tender, but you don't want it where it's so tender where they're breaking apart. We just want it tender. Okay? So let's get to the next step. Go ahead and start throwing in your noodles inside the ice cold water bath. Just get you some ice, get you some water, put the ice in. You let the water get a little cold, then start putting your noodles in. And what we're doing right here is we're stopping the process of the noodles cooking. So the noodles gonna stop cooking once you put in that cold water. Get your scale ready. You're looking for about 11 ounces of chicken breast meat. I'm weighing mine. I mean, if it's a little bit above, a little bit below, that's fine. You can go ahead and use that. Okay, you want to get the chicken that you just weighed, and you want to slice them up about 1 inch apart. Once you slice them up about 1 inch apart, you want to cut them in little cubes. I want to make sure mine is sliced up small enough so I can fit it in my small food processor. Because if you notice in my videos, my food processor is very small. So I think it's kind of funny, but you know, that's what I got to use right now. So I do plan on getting a little bit bigger one in the future. Alright, now you want to get your chicken that you just sliced up and put it in your food processor. It depends on how big your food processor is. You probably can put all of the meat in there at once, but mine's just a little bit smaller, so I just put what I can. And once you get the chicken in there, then you want to go ahead and pulse it. You want it around the texture of, like, you know, ground beef. So I'm going to chop mine up pretty thin, pretty fine. I'm looking for that texture around ground beef texture. And you know, you just repeat the process that you just did. I'm going to put the chicken back in there. I'm going to slice it up. Of course, you know, grind it up. Now after I get it all grind up, I'm going to show you right here what you want it to look like. Like I said, very fine, like you know, like ground beef. So let's go ahead and go with the next step. Okay, you want to get your broccoli. You want to make sure your broccoli is thawed out around room temperature, and you want to put your 2 cups of broccoli in your food processor. And you're going to want your broccoli around the consistency that I have right here. I'm pulling it up, showing you right here, really thin, really fine. Turn your stove on to medium. Now get your chicken and place it on the pan, and you want to cook your chicken till it is no longer pink. Okay, once your chicken is no longer pink, pour in your broccoli, and you want to mix it all together. Then get you 1 onion powder, 1 teaspoon onion powder, then 1 teaspoon white pepper, and 1 teaspoon of salt, and mix that all together. Go ahead and get your aluminum foil. It doesn't matter if it's on the shiny side or the dull side. You want to grab out one lasagna noodle at a time, just like I'm doing here. Then grab you a paper towel and place the paper towel on top of the lasagna noodles. And what you're doing here is you're just getting out all the moisture, from all that water off the lasagna noodles. So that way, when you put your mixture on, it'll just sit in place and won't slide around. So go ahead and get you another sheet of foil, place it right on top of the lasagna noodles. It's just keeping it from drying out too much. And you're just going to go ahead and just keep repeating that step till you get all your noodles out. Go ahead and add your 4 teaspoons of freshly chopped chives. Now grab your 1 egg and put that with your freshly chopped chives. Now you want to add your 2 cups of low-fat cottage cheese. Add in your 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. Put in your half a teaspoon of black pepper. Now you want to go ahead and mix that all together. There you go, get it all mixed up, just like that. Once this is mixed up, you want to get your broccoli and chicken mixture and put that with that and mix all that up together. Get your lasagna noodle from your foil and you want to lay it down. Then you want to go ahead and put your mixture on the lasagna noodle like I'm doing here. I'm getting it all in between the, in the center of the lasagna noodle. Now I'm going to start rolling it up. Now I'm doing this very slowly because I haven't done this before with lasagna noodles, so this is kind of different for me. So I'm probably gonna be going really slow, trying to make sure I get it right. And all of this is, it's fun, cooking different recipes and, different food. And, this is really fun just to do this, try it out. It's pretty cool. And it looks like, I think I did a pretty good job. So it's staying in place. I was thinking about putting a toothpick, but it seemed to stay in place pretty good. So now I'm getting my vegetable oil, and I'm just gonna, it's non-stick, just spray around the sides of the pan. I'm gonna go ahead and put my first noodle in. I'm taking my time, being very careful. I don't want it to fall apart. It does look a little airy, but like it has little gaps in it, but it looks, it's pretty good. This one's a lot better than that one. I'm using my spatula just to help me pick it up. And there you go. There's the first two. You only want to put two in a pan. It's a 9x9 pan. Okay, turn your stove to medium and add 1 tablespoon of butter. Then you want to add your flour. You want 2 tablespoons of flour. And you want to sprinkle it in like I'm doing it here. Then you want to get your whisk and start whisking it all together. Okay, it's getting to the consistency that I like right now. Now I'm going to add my half cup of milk to it, and I just want to keep my stove on medium low. Now I'm going to add my 1 tablespoon of mustard powder. You want dry ground mustard. And I'm mixing this all together, and it's getting to the consistency that I like. Now I'm finna go ahead and add my chicken broth to this. You will add a cup of chicken broth. And this kind of like, you know, you just constantly mixing it. Now I turn my stove back up to medium right now, medium to medium high, because it was taking just a little bit long. And then I went ahead and tasted a little bit with my fork, and it's at the consistency that I like. It's coating the bottom of the fork and just slowly dripping off. Sorry I didn't get this in my last clip, but when you finish the mustard sauce, you want to pour that over each noodle. Then you get you 1 medium tomato, chop that up, put the pieces over top of each noodle. Then you want to turn your oven to 375 degrees, cover up your noodles, then put it in the oven for 25 minutes. Hey everybody, well we finally got done with our lasagna, broccoli, and chicken roll up. And I have to say it turned out pretty good. I was a little nervous when I was rolling these up. I thought it was gonna fall apart and it wasn't gonna work, but it did. Worked out fine. So, Dry, you ready? Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and take a bite and see how it tastes. Oh.
That's not like this. This is not like a bite.
Let's get a bite. It's alright. Wow, it tastes good. I like it. Has a creamy but not too creamy taste.
And it's kind of spicy, but I actually pretty liked it.
Yeah, it does have a little, but not spicy like. It's not spicy like hot, but it's spicy like has spices, like flavor and stuff in it. The noodle's really soft. The sauce tastes good with it. The mustard sauce. Tomatoes, of course, are tender on top of it. But wow, it's good. It's creamy. I mean, it's not that creamy, but it's good. It melts in your mouth. Melts in your mouth and not in your hand. Well, if you didn't see that, that was my wife coming in. So she's probably telling me to come eat with the kids, and not just this kid. All right. Well, please subscribe to our channel. We really need subscribers and really appreciate it. We love you guys out there. We thank you. We got more videos to come, and we'll see you in the next one. Right, buddy? All right.